Hi, my name is Bre, and I am going to be doing videos that concern things like things that are going on in the urban communities, the African American communities, um, talking about jobs, if I have any job leads for people, hairstyles, whatever. Just talking about things like in general. And I like to call myself like a motivational speaker of the truth. And just because it's my truth don't mean that it's someone else's truth. But for me, it's my truth and my opinions and the way I view things and the way that I see things. So I'm sure I'm not alone in this, and I do have a very strong opinion about things that are going on in the media, that have to do with African Americans or whatnot, and just things in general. So I do have a partner. Her name is Tanisha. She's my best friend. Hey, bestie. And we are gonna do a collaboration of videos together. We live like 2 hours apart, so we're gonna post separate videos at times, and then when she's out at my house we're going to do videos, and then when I'm out at her house we're going to do videos. So and then we're just going to talk about all these topics, videos that we do have coming up. We're going to talk about some of the women that were in R. Kelly's quote unquote cult or whatnot. We're going to talk about our opinions about them. We're going to talk about the whole Chris Brown situation in Paris. We're going to talk about Jasmine Elan, her Facebook Live rape. That was crazy. So yeah, I can't wait to do a video on that. But again, my name is Bre, and I look forward to you guys subscribing to our channel and hitting the like button and sharing our videos. And our page is called Coffee and Tea with Bre. So we look forward to talking with you guys, getting your comments and opinions about our videos. Thank you so much. Hey everybody, it's Bre. So I'm gonna do a quick little video about the whole R. Kelly situation or whatever, and then later on my partner and I, sipping tea with Bre, we're gonna do a longer video and go into like more details in terms of the R. Kelly situation or whatever. So I'm just gonna kind of like give my opinion and everything about what I feel from like back then to now, but I'm gonna just kind of do a quick little overview right now about the video and just kind of like give R. Kelly like a little tip, if you will. So, as we all know, this has been going on like forever. Everybody knows that, R. Kelly is, a lost, sick and pretty much hurt individual, you know what I mean? Like, he's hurt, so he's destroying other people's lives because he doesn't know how to cope and deal with his own hurt and his own anger and his own, trauma that he endured or whatever as a child. So for those of you who don't know, which I'm sure everybody knows at this point, is that R. Kelly was molested by a family member when he was a kid. So he has grown up, unfortunately, to commit these same sort of acts, on underage girls and just, women in general. So, not that I feel sorry for him or anything like that, but I do understand the victimization that happened to him, which has kind of turned him in more or less to the type of person that he is. Allegedly, he was molested by his older sister, him and his younger brother, according to the younger brother, Kelly, they were molested by their older sister, Teresa. So, Carrie decided not to go that way. He, in his own words, he said he's more of a protector, and R. Kelly, or Robert, he unfortunately decided to go down a darker path or whatever, which has led to all of this trending news and just him being in and out of the media spotlight right now in terms of what's going to happen to him and in his career. I know a lot of people feel like they tearing the black man down and this and this and this and that. I do understand that to a degree. I do. And then some people are like, oh, well, why the victims just now coming forward now? If you've never been a victim, that's not for you to say. It's not for you to say how long it should take somebody to come forward and say that something happened to them. It's at their comfort, when they're ready, when they feel like they're in a safe place mentally, physically, or whatever, to come forward. And it's not for us to decide what is safe and what's the time for a victim to come forward. If it's 50 years later, That's okay. It's 50 years later, because you don't know what that person had to deal with, their whole life, going through what somebody did to them, as a child or young adult or whatever. So it's not for us to determine or to say they're not valid because they didn't come forward the day after it happened, or 6 months after it happened. It is not for us to determine when somebody has enough strength to come forward. Number one, we can't do that. That's not for you to do. So the victims came forward. Sometimes people need assistance, to come forward. Like, okay, well, this person said something, this person said something. So now, now I feel, confident enough to speak up, or whatever the case may be. My allergy, sorry. Whatever the case may be. So again, we have to be more sensitive when it comes to those type of things, because it's already hard for people to come forward and say that something has happened to them, because they're either embarrassed or they're scared or they fear that people are not going to believe them. So let's just try to be a little bit more sensitive when it comes to why the victims are just now coming forward. Okay, so now that we've learned sensitivity and, how to be more sensitive to the needs of victims in this whole cycle of abuse, it's a sad situation altogether. But back to my advice to R. Kelly. My advice to R. Kelly is to first admit to yourself. You don't have to admit it to anybody else, but admit to yourself what you've done wrong over the years, and step up, take a deep breath, be a man, and be accountable. That's the first step. Be accountable for everything that you've done wrong. We may not want to face the consequences when we're wrong, but the first step in the process towards healing and being better is to admit when you've done something wrong. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, keep your mouth shut. Just stop talking. You don't have anything to say at this point, because in my opinion, he's guilty, of a lot of things. He might not be guilty of everything that everybody is claiming, but he is definitely guilty of some of the allegations, that have been said against him. Videos don't lie. Let's be real, people. Stop being such a super fan that you're willing to overlook certain things because somebody, has a certain status, or they're a celebrity, or you like their music, or whatever the case may be. Videos don't lie. I was 20 when that video came out, and I knew that it was R. Kelly, okay? And I knew at 20 years old that girl was not an adult. I knew this for certain. The video made me sick to my stomach. And yes, I did watch it because it was like the hot thing back in the days or whatever. I'm not a pedophile by a long shot. Well, I'm a cougar, but not a pedophile. But it was R. Kelly in the video, period, point blank. It was him in the video. So, yeah, just stay off of social media. You don't need to comment about anything. You don't need to do any of that stuff, because sometimes you wind up sticking your foot in your mouth and these things will be held against you later on. So just shut up. Third, let your attorney do their job. That's what you paid an attorney for. So let him speak on your behalf. Let your legal team speak for you. You don't have to say anything. Again, back to tip 2. Let your attorney do their job. Let them address the media. Let them post on social media on your behalf if that's what they want to do. But you, Robert R. Kelly, just stop talking. Let your attorney do their job. And first and foremost, seek professional help. No matter how this turns out and what happens, you need to seek professional help, because you're damaged. You are a damaged individual. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, somebody damaged you, so you turn around and done these same type of things, to other individuals, and you've damaged them. Some of the girls I feel so sorry for. Dominique is one of the girls that I'm just oh my God, my heart is broken for her. And then some of them I'm like, girl, Geronda, it's a wobbler with you. You know what I mean? Because you was at his court trials when he was going to court for, for the video for the other underage girl, but you supported him through his court trial for that. So I'm on the fence about her. I just don't know how to feel about her. But Dominique, my heart does go out to her. and some of the other victims, which I'll get into later when me and Tanisha, when me and T do a whole little video or whatever about it. But R. Kelly, just, pay attention. Like, I'm not for you at all, because if you was to ever touch my daughters, I would have fucked your whole shit up. Like, there wouldn't need to be no police calling. It wouldn't needed to be none of that. I'm coming to your door. I was coming to your door and I was stepping all on your face in the name of love, okay? Like, seriously, I would have stepped all on your face in the name of love if you would have fucked with my two daughters. Like, plain and motherfucking simple. Like, that's just crazy. And I'm not saying, I got my own opinions about the parents, and I'm gonna do a whole separate video, on the parents and the people that worked for him, that allowed some of this monstrosity and some of this bullshit to go on for years. Like, shame on you guys. But R. Kelly, just keep your mouth shut. Admit to yourself, that you got a problem. Get some help. You know what I mean? Stay out the media. Stay off social media. All this surviving lies. Don't do that to yourself. It's like sticking a fucking knife in your own damn stomach. Just shh. Say less. In the words of what is her name from The Voice? Sharaya. Say less. Say less. Say less. Say less. Like, be quiet, okay? All right, you guys, peace. I'll be back with another video on the whole surviving R. Kelly ordeal later. Thank you and have a blessed day. Okay, so I'm back. Day 3 of the R. Kelly situation or whatnot. So again, I'm Bre, and my partner T. She's unavailable right now, but she is going to post a separate video, and then we're going to do a video together about the whole R. Kelly situation and to break down the young ladies that are involved, and hopefully we'll be able to chime in once this whole R. Kelly situation comes to an end, which it appears that it is pretty possible that that is going to happen sometime soon or whatever. So I just want to say, like, everything that we speak about or that I speak about, it's allegedly. I was not there. I did see the video, however, so I know for certain that that did transpire. And let me just say, I'm not one of those people who promoted or followed R. Kelly in terms of like still being a fan or whatever the case may be. Like, I was disgusted at the age 21, and I'm disgusted at 47. So nothing for me has changed. So I wasn't like, writing his tip or doing anything like that. Like, I felt he was disgusting back when I was a younger woman, because I'm still a little bit young, just a little bit, but and I'm still just as disgusted, if not even more. So I'm not one of the people who like, oh, let it slide, and was stepping in the name of love and believing they could fly and all of this stuff all these years, and now you also outraged or whatever. Now, you should have been outraged when he did it with Aaliyah. You should have been outraged when he urinated on the young teenage girl. And then he has like a nutritionist that used to work for him like back in 98, 99 or something like that. Girl, listen, I don't care if she was 14 or 16, because I heard an interview that she did, and she was like, oh, she wasn't 14, she was 16. Tell me where the fuck that makes a difference, and why does that matter? She was still under 18. So I don't care if she was 17 and 364 days old. If she's underage, she's underage. And what's the difference between 14 and 16? So I'm trying to understand, some people's frame of mind and how they figure like that makes a difference. That doesn't make a difference. He's still still a pedophile at the end of the day. So it doesn't matter what if she was 13, 14, or 16 or 17. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, you shouldn't have did it. You were the adult in the situation, and if you was around and you knew this little girl was around, then they need to be running your ass up on charges too, straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's unacceptable how people just let it just like fly under the radar, and they wasn't concerned, I guess, because it wasn't their daughter. But the cold thing about that is, like, it could have been your daughter. And if you still have kids, it could be your daughter. You know what I mean? So don't be so detached and uninvolved and insensitive and lack empathy as a human, because it's not directly, related to you in your personal life or whatever the case may be. But anywho, moving forward, like I said, R. Kelly is a sick individual. That's just my opinion. I feel like he needs some help because of things that was done to him. I think he should keep his mouth shut and let this case go ahead and play itself out or whatever. Like, I hope and pray he's not dumb enough to really do this whole surviving R. Kelly thing, because that would just be idiotic and stupid. He's gonna yet again stick his foot in his mouth, and at this point in time, like, you don't need to stick nothing in your mouth, Mr. Robert Kelly. Just shut up. Like, the best thing you could do is shut up. People talk too much when they're in trouble. Shut up and let the authorities do their job. And if you skate by, then you skate by. But don't help them. You know what I mean? But with all that being said or whatever, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button, share the video, do all of that stuff. It's just my opinion about everything, because I've kind of been looking at this whole situation from beginning to end. So those are just my thoughts on it. Again, my name is Bre, and I will see you guys in a later video. Thank you, and have a good day.